Going to war seized the nation, and Sunderland was absolutely no exception. There were crowds outside the drill halls, the town hall, the assembly rooms, the museum, all saying, we want to join up. The men were all absolutely avid to become recruits to the army. And huge numbers in the first few weeks of the war were from Sunderland. Quite quickly, women are moving into all kinds of new jobs. Sunderland is absolutely no exception to this. Indeed, the tramways department was one of the pioneers, and there were lots of women as conductorettes. One or two also drove trams as well. And there were women going onto the railways. They were the ticket collectors. They issued tickets. Before the war, women had had almost no rights, very low status. It's very difficult for us to imagine, for the very first time, women everywhere. Northeast towns had been very much in the forefront of the first ever attacks on British soil since the 18th century. And the first happened when Hartlepool was shelled by battleships. The next thing was, there were Zeppelin attacks. And later, there were aircraft came over. And the Zeppelin attacks were, of course, aimed at the East Coast, the shortest distance from the German mainland, and bore the brunt of them. And people were dumbfounded. For a start, they realized that they'd moved into the front line. And this is the very first time that people actually used the phrase, the home front. It had never been used before, ever. And people felt they were on the front line. And it was terrifying also to the men abroad. Their families were now vulnerable. If you go to the north of Sunderland, amongst some allotments that are there now, there is a big concrete dish. It's like an upturned saucer, and it stands quite high. And that dish was catching the sound of the Zeppelins coming in, the dump, 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 dump of the engines, reflected on this. It was an early, crude form of radar. And there's one of them still in Sunderland.